So, hello everyone. I don't know if I'm online, but I think so. Welcome to all of you. We are just going to wait a few minutes to let everyone the time to come in. Guys, where are you from? You can. Hi. So, if you want, you can write in the chatter. I don't know from which country are you from, or which part of Belgium are you from? And we will start in a few minutes. Hello, hello, Alan. Welcome. Hello, Max.
Hi everyone.
Oh, we have someone from India. Nice. What time is it in India? Croatia, Morocco. Nice to meet you, all of you. Portugal. Nice. Daniela from Germany. Welcome. Hi, Bert from Leuven. Wow, we have people from all over the world, I think so. From Thailand, Miami. Great. Hello, John from Italy. Nice. So I think we are ready to start. Welcome to this special online event. So first of all, I hope that you and your family are doing well. I think that's the most important for the moment. So before maybe I start, let me give you a big picture of the situation of Odoo at the moment. So since March 16th, everybody has been working from home. And even if it's a bit different, we continue to work together as usual. The company is still growing and is still very profitable, and we continue to recruit a lot of new colleagues, of course. We work with Discord, so it's a system that allows us to stay in touch with each other during the day, and it's working very well. But to be honest, we miss the office a lot. Because we have such an amazing working environment here in Belgium, but I will show it to you later in this presentation. Um, so Today, what is this event all about? So usually every 3 months, we organize what we call the AperOdoo at the office we have in Brussels. So it's a very cool event where we invite anyone that is curious to know more about the job that we have. And we also invite a lot of colleagues from Odoo. We present the company, we present the job, the recruitment process. Then we order pizzas and beers, and we have a chat all together after that in a very relaxed atmosphere. So we were supposed to organize this event this month, but that is impossible, of course. So my colleague Tatiane told us, why not doing this online? And here we are. So I hope that you have everything you need. On my side, I have my glass of white wine. I have something to eat. I hope you as well. I don't know. What about you, Fabien and Barbara?
Emil,
You
I'm
have
missing something. I think you forget your camera.
maybe. Maybe this is why you cannot see
So
me.
I do also have a glass of Odoo champagne, but okay, now we see you.
Yeah, so I was just showing I have my glass of wine and something to eat. That's it. Um, so let's go back to this. Um, First of all, let me introduce to the beautiful recruitment team of Odoo. So we have Tatiane, Mathilde, Barbara, and Julie. Today, on this screen, you can see Barbara, but we have Tatiane, Julie, and Mathilde on the chatter, so they are here to answer any questions you have. Let's have a quick check on the agenda. So first of all, I will talk, of course, about Odoo, and I will explain you very briefly what it is exactly. I will show you also the working environment that is super cool, and I will talk about the company culture as well. My colleague Barbara will then talk about the jobs that we have in Belgium and how to apply at Odoo if you are interested, of course. Then, lucky you, you will have the chance to challenge Fabien. Fabien is the founder and the CEO of Odoo, but don't be afraid, he's very friendly. So as I told you during this whole presentation, feel free to ask any question in the chatter. So my colleagues Mathilde, Tatiane, and Julie are there, and they can answer you when we are talking. So what is Odoo? Well, we always start any presentation of Odoo with this picture. That was the beginning of Odoo. It was a very hard time. All of them were working very hard. And Fabien, that we can see on the right side, well, actually, he was not sure that he could pay everyone at the end of the month at that period. But it was it, because today, this is Odoo. 13 years later, this is how we are. So we have almost 500 colleagues in Belgium. We are 900 in the world, and we have thousands people working for different partners all over the world. So actually, that's an amazing, beautiful Belgian success story. So as you maybe know, if you are here today, Odoo is a business management software. So no matter what is the size of your company, no matter from which sector you are or the kind of industry you have, Odoo has the perfect solution to help you manage your company from A to Z. So let me give you a concrete example. So if you're the boss of a small shop, let's imagine, you can maybe choose only 3 apps. One to pay your employees, one for the accounting, and maybe one for the inventory of your shop. But let me give you another example. If you manage a big theater, maybe you will choose 20 apps because you have a lot of other stuff to manage, like an e-commerce to sell the tickets, and so on and so on. And of course, all those apps are completely integrated with each other. But what makes Odoo different maybe from other software on the market? Well, as you can see on this slide, you have very big names like SAP on the top on the left of the screen. So actually they cover a very large business scope. They are very powerful. But the thing is that they are not very user-friendly and they are really expensive. You also have some very nice apps like MailChimp, Trello, Slack that you can see on the bottom on the right side. They are super cool, very user-friendly, but unfortunately they cover only one need in the company. And then we have Odoo, just over there. So on the top on the right. So we answer every need that a company might have, and we are very user-friendly and very cheap. So now, thanks to Odoo, even a very small company with 2 employees can have a software to help them to save time, to save money, and then to grow up. And that's really the power of Odoo today. What about the offices that we have? So as you can see, we try to cover every time zone in the world. Here this year, for example, we have 2 new offices, one in Mexico and one in Antwerp. in the north of Belgium, but every year we have new offices opening, so it's growing really a lot. And actually, if you like to travel, if you like to discover new culture, it's possible because you can move to another office after spending a year at Odoo if you want to, of course. What about the offices we have in Belgium? Because this is where you would be supposed to work. The first one is in Grand Rosières. So that's the initial farm of Odoo. It's in a small village in Wallonia, in the south of Belgium. It's about 30 minutes from Brussels, 20 minutes from Namur. It's really amazing. When you come to the office, you have the feeling that you are at home and not at work. It's really crazy. We have also another one. It's not really far away actually from the first one. It's another farm. It's about a kilometer from the first one, and it's also the same kind of working environment. We also have the opportunity to do some gym during lunchtime if we want. So that's nice as well. And here is the office in Brussels. So the third office that we have for the moment. It's very different, different atmosphere. But about this one, that one will close soon because we are going to have a new office in Louvain-la-Neuve. So it's a bit closer from where we are in Grand Rosières, so the first farm and the second one. It's not finished yet, but it should be in a few months. So can't wait. Now maybe let me talk a little bit about the culture of Odoo, the company culture. And this is really amazing actually because we have such a strong feeling that we are part of a community at Odoo. We are actually very proud to work at Odoo and we feel so good in the company. There is this little sentence that we like to tell as well. So it's okay to fail, but we work hard, we play harder, and we keep this startup mindset even if we grow a lot. Um, and actually, I have the feeling that, as I told you, I'm working with my friends rather than with colleagues. And in my opinion, this is possible because we have so many events all together that we organize. But these are not corporate events. This is not bullshit, okay? So I don't try to let you dream about something that doesn't exist. This is true. And all these events, they are organized by the employees themselves. And in my opinion, this is what makes Odoo so special. This is how we have such a strong feeling that we are part of Odoo and we are so proud of it. Um, so maybe now it's time to talk about the jobs. This is what is interesting for you maybe today as well. So Barbara, if you are with us, you can start your part.
Yes, sure, I am. Thanks, Amy, and hi, everyone. So now let's talk about our job opportunities. Within the recruitment team, we recruit all year long for different positions. First, in the R&D department, we have three open job positions. First, the web designer position. As a web designer, you will work on different projects for the design of Odoo website. This position is both creative and rigorous by nature. Then we are also looking for product owners. This job involves collaborating with developers to create amazing features that is used by millions of people. You will transform ideas into specification and you will also ensure that the apps are deployed at speed. And of course, we are actively looking for developers. Actually, did you know that Odoo software is open source? As a developer, you will develop and improve our apps. Regarding our technologies, we work on Unix environment. We code with Python and JavaScript, and we have a homemade framework. The advantage of being a software developer at Odoo is that you will learn a lot, but you will also evolve really fast. Why? Thanks to your amazing colleagues. Furthermore, you will also work on a tool that will help companies to run their business smoothly. We also have job opportunities in the sales department. With the current situation, we are still recruiting, but note that we have slowed down the recruitment a little bit, and we're focusing on the languages that we need. Not also that we are not into a hard selling approach, but we put forward the consulting and advising approach for our clients. As we can see on the slide, we have 5 different positions, either in the indirect team, where you will be mostly dealing with the partners of Odoo. So it means the reseller and integrators of Odoo. And also position within the direct team, where you will be dealing directly with the client and users. According to your skills and experiences, of course, we also propose positions more focused on client acquisition and more focused on client portfolio management. In this picture, you can see some of our sales people, and note that the commission are quite interesting as well. The business analyst position is also one of our job position. Even though we have slowed down the recruitment process from the time being, this position involves 85% of project management and also 15% of internal improvement. From the beginning, you will be in charge of a lot of projects, and you will be in direct contact with the clients to help them with the good use of Odoo software. And finally, we are also looking for people to join our support team. This team helps our customer with their good use of Odoo business apps by providing them the perfect answer to their question. They also ensure customer satisfaction, and they improve the customer experience. As with the business analyst position, we have slowed down the recruitment process. However, we will still have some needs again in the future for these 2 teams. So now, how do you get the chance to join the company? The recruitment process is actually fast and simple. First, we will review your CV. Secondly, the recruitment team will organize a 20-minute phone call. If this is positive, then you will have a face-to-face interview with the manager. And if everything goes well during the interview, we will send you an offer through our salary configurator that is on our website. Due to the current situation, we adapted our process, and we do everything remotely. So instead of the face-to-face interview, we organized a video call with the manager, and if everything goes well, we will send you an offer through the salary configurator as with the first process. Now that you know a bit more about our jobs, I guess you are wondering what would be your salary at Odoo. On our website, as I said, you have a salary configurator. This tool gives you an estimate of the average salary. It's also really simple to use. You just have to fill your year of experience and the position you are applying for. Once it's done, you will see the average salary and the different benefits we offer. The good thing is that Odoo lets everyone customize their own salary package. This means that you can play with the different options until you find the package that is most convenient for you. And finally, we also use social media to spread the culture. We capture some specific moments that we are living as Odoo employees, like Amy showed you before. Do not hesitate to follow us if you want to see how it looks like to work at Odoo. And now I will give the floor to our CEO, Fabien. You will have 50 minutes to challenge him with any question you may have about the company. So you can write your question in the chat, and Fabien will answer you. And after that, we will also answer your remaining question with the recruitment team. So enjoy.
Hi everyone. So I'm the founder of Odoo, and I'm here to answer any question you might have about the different job offers we have, the culture, the way we operate, Anything you have in mind, I'm ready to answer. Just ask your question on YouTube. So, is there any question about anything? So maybe a note before we move forward. The salary configurator, where you can check the average salary that we offer to people who join Odoo, is only for people in Belgium. The salary configurator is not visible if you are not from Belgium because it's very linked to the way taxes are applied in Belgium. So one of the question is Odoo hiring senior professional over 50? So basically we have no, when we evaluate people, we have no conditions about the age or about the education, or we just look at how they perform certain tests. So we don't look at the resume that much. Most of the time, we just check how people perform some tasks. So we have some exercise and challenge and quiz, and we see how you react during the interview to these quiz, and that's how we judge people. So yes, you can try if you are a little bit older. Is there any opening for Odoo developers? Yes, there are a lot. That's probably the position where we are recruiting the most. It's for developers. We are at the end, we are a development company. And it's quite fun because we are a software vendor, so we don't work for customer. We basically work to develop the best product. So it's very different from working for a service company. And so I'm actually a developer myself, so I would say we have a very developer-friendly culture. Do you offer internship? Yes, we do. Feel free to apply the same way on any other position. And you can discuss with your HR people about what position that suits you best. And we do internship. However, we only do internship for the last year. So the idea is that we are ready to invest in people who do internship only if we can make them an offer after. What's the main job responsibilities of a product manager? That's a good question. So in a lot of companies, you have different roles for product manager, testing, the people who write the specification, the technical project manager who manage the developers. All these positions at Odoo fits in the same role, which is product manager. So basically, our project manager, they do everything. They analyze the competition, they check features, they write specification for the developers, they manage the developers team, and they do the testing at the end. So they are responsible from A to Z about the evolution of the product. So it's a small team. It's a team of 12 people for now, but it's probably one of the most important team at Odoo. Do you accept people outside of Belgium? Yes, especially in Europe because it's easy for the work permit. For the other countries that are not in Europe, you can always check with your subsidiaries. So we have subsidiaries all around the world, and you can apply to any of them. Do you accept junior developers? Yes. A question from Bert. So you read my story, but why did you choose to develop business management software specifically? I think it's a good question. The reason is that I think that if you want to make a big thing, if you want to have an impact, make an impact, you have to fix a big problem. And if you look at how small to mid-sized companies operate today, it's very bad. Most of them don't have the right tools. So think about it a minute. Can you imagine a carpenter without the right tool? I mean, he would be the worst carpenter in the world. He would get frustrated after a few days because he can't get the job done very efficiently. Yet, most of the small and mid-sized companies, they don't have the right tool for their employees. And a lot of people suffer from that. A lot of people do boring administrative tasks, repetitive tasks that could have been automated. They do report for their managers. And when you don't have the right tools, people suffer from that. So I do think it's critical for most small to medium companies to have great tools for the employees. But nobody succeeded to do great tools for SMEs because SMEs don't have budget for that. They can't afford paying SAP or Oracle or Microsoft Dynamics. So I wanted to fix that. and it's a big challenge. It's the kind of challenge where you need 10 years in order to fix it. Because I enjoy fixing things that are extremely complex. I don't like to do things that are too easy. And that's what we fight for to do, is to make management software for small to mid-sized company affordable, so that employees have great tools so that they can perform better and have less boring tasks to do, so the job gets more fun. So I'm looking at the next question. Are you thinking to open more offices around the world? Yes and no. So we just opened Mexico, Buffalo in the US, and Antwerp in Belgium recently. We don't have an objective to open too many offices, because we like the fact to create, because the company evolved very quickly. It's very hard to keep everyone aligned where everyone is spread all around the world. So we don't try to create too many companies. But we do sometimes, because Odoo is a global actor and we have demands all around the world. So we sometimes need to. So yes, the answer is we will open new office, but not a lot, maybe 1 or 2 per year maximum. So a question, what are you looking in a developer? So basically, when we recruit developers, we don't care too much about the language they know. I mean, most of the good developers, they know several languages, and the language does not matter a lot. A good developer, he can learn a new language in a few minutes. Minutes, no, but in a few weeks. We use Python and a lot of JavaScript and PostgreSQL for the database, but we don't expect people to know that. So when we do the tests with developers to check if they are very good in development, we allow them to develop in any language they like, and we don't care too much about the language. So we train people on Python and JavaScript after. What is the procedure to apply for an exchange program within the Odoo subsidiary? You just have to ask. Basically, there is no procedure. You ask if you want to work in a subsidiary at Odoo. You just ask. Where do you see Odoo in 5 years? Planning is guessing, so it's very difficult to answer this question. But question from Marc Antoine. So, in order to understand the future, you have to. In order to guess the future, you have to understand what we did over the past. And if you look at the history of the IT, it has always been the same. So it started with the lower level, like operating system. If you look at it, 15 years ago, there were a lot of operating systems: Doctor, DOS, MS-DOS, Unix, Minix, BOS, Linux, and so on. And a few years later, there is only 3 remaining: Windows, Linux, and iOS. And then the other tools appear, like word processing. It was the same. It started with Works, WordPerfect, Lotus, Microsoft Word. And a few years later, only 2 Office tools remains. It's Google Docs, I would say, and Microsoft Office. The thing is, management software are more complex and more higher in the level. But I do believe that we will have the same effect in management software. So today, the market is extremely segmented on a lot of players. There are plenty of people doing management software. A lot of them are doing it wrong, too complex, too expensive, not efficient for the employees. But still, there are a lot of players. I do believe that in 10 years from now, or 5 years, I don't know, there will be a lot of consolidation and a few people will remain, and this market will become a commodity. So you will have management software tools like accounting, e-commerce, social marketing that people will use like they use Microsoft Word. It's commodity. And in that time, there will be only 2 or 3 or 4 players remaining on the market. And I do believe Odoo will be top of these players. So that's my goal within the next 5 years. And we are in a good position. Do Odoo plan to integrate artificial intelligence in its tool? Yes, we already do it. So when you send vendor bills to Odoo, we scan everything for you. We detect the price, the taxes, the vendor. We also scan expenses. We do lead scoring. So we have artificial intelligence tools to detect the value of a lead when it enters in your system, and so on. What is the most HR KPI that Odoo provides? That's a good question. We actually don't use KPI to judge people. I don't like that. I don't like management by KPI in general. So most of the like periodic assessments, periodic evaluation, and salary increase are based on subjective discussion with the person. We try to not judge people based on KPIs because everyone can cheat KPIs, and at the end, what matters is if someone brings something to the company, whether it's something that was expected or not. What's important is your contribution to the company, not how we measure it. What about the 10K sign-up bonus? It sounds crazy. It's actually not crazy to offer a bonus of 10K. I mean, if you have a good developer, they can transform the company. And an employee in Belgium costs us on average 8K per month. So when you include all the taxes and social and taxes and so on, it's about 7 to 8K per month per person. So paying 10K to have the best guys, it's, I mean, very important. And for us in the culture of Odoo, it's critical that we have the top guys because we don't want people to work with average or worse guys. I mean, everyone wants to work in a team with smart people around him. So paying the right amount to attract these talent and these very smart guys is actually very interesting. I mean, we see a recruitment of a developer as an investment rather than a cost. It's an investment that will pay 10 times in the future. However, we stopped the 10K bonus now with the crisis. So we still continue to recruit developers, but we stopped the 10K bonus unless you applied before last week. Mostly because we don't need it anymore. And now we have the visibility. A lot of people apply, so we don't need that anymore. How has coronavirus affected Odoo directly or indirectly? If I hear the question about the financial aspect, the growth has been decreased. So we had a growth of 17% per year, and we are now running at 50% growth per year, which is still very big and very good. So we have a very slow down of the growth, but still the company is growing very fast, even with the crisis. What I do believe is that after the crisis, Odoo will explode because now the market is more like in pause. But when the companies will come back to work, they will need tools like Odoo. And because we are cheap, because we are effective, we can deploy in a few weeks where the others need months and millions to deploy in ERP. Most of the companies who suffered from the crisis, they will turn to tools like ours for their management. And also, a lot of companies understand that they need to have modern tools to manage because with the crisis, a lot of them are stuck today because they don't have the right tools. So I do believe that Odoo will grow much faster after the crisis. But if I look at the months of March and April, we decreased our growth by 20%, which means we still grow by 50%, which is actually very good. So we are recruiting more than ever, especially for developers. Do you hire freelancers? No, we don't like, not too much. We do sometimes, we do exception, but we don't recruit freelancers because we want to invest in people. We want to work with people in the long term. We want to train them. We want them to participate in team building. We don't want a freelancer that work on a paper day. It doesn't fit well with our culture yet. What is the recruitment procedure for Belgian graduates with non-European passport? That maybe is a question for Amy. I don't know how we do. Or Barbara, when someone doesn't have a European passport, can they apply to work in Belgium?
Yes, they can apply, and under certain conditions, we can provide a work permit. But that's really it's a very heavy procedure. But it's really we have to talk about this after if you want. It depends on your country, actually. So.
Okay, so just contact us and we'll check. Weren't supposed to move the headquarters to Louvain-la-Neuve. No, we weren't supposed to move the headquarters to Louvain-la-Neuve. We actually purchased and we are restoring the office in Louvain-la-Neuve to increase our size. So we keep the current headquarters. Louvain-la-Neuve is just an extra office. So we add a few thousand square meters in extra because we recruit a lot. Can a master's student in Germany apply? Yes, of course. Do you accept product manager, account manager, not in Belgium, but from you working remote? No. especially not for a product manager, because to get to the level of perfection and the quality we have in the product, we all have to work together with the product manager teams. And being physically together in brainstorming session, in analyzing everything, it's faster than having to deal with one guy which is remote. He won't be synchronized, and we won't be at the same level as the other. So we don't do it for product manager or account manager. So I'm going to the next question. There are a lot of questions. Sorry, I need to read some of them. I skipped the technical one. What are the criteria to develop a certain functionality as a new standard one? Instead of one to be paid for by a customer. So basically, we separate the two departments: the R&D who develop the product, and the service team who develop things for the customer. And these departments are very separated. So what we do for the customer, we do it for the customer, but that never goes into the product. And the R&D is completely independent in their way of thinking about what should enter in the product as a new feature or not. So it's never based on the influence of customer. It's always the only thing we have in mind when we decide the feature is, will it fit our millions of users? And it's not because someone pays something that we will do it. Someone is wanting to apply for a developer position in Belgium, but it's hard to get a visa. I think you can apply, and we'll deal when with the visa. We'll help you after. Is there a Zoom-like app in Odoo in the pipeline? Yes. So we are basically writing an open source Office, Word, and spreadsheet. And we are also thinking about improving our Slack-like interface, Odoo Discuss, that allows to chat, into a more Discord or Zoom-like for video and conference. But it's not done yet, so it's part of our plans for the future. For your French-speaking customer, I hope you have a plan live in French. Maybe we should do an AperOdoo in French one day. What do you think, Amy and Barbara?
No problem.
Yeah, no problem. We can organize this, of course.
The reason why we do it in English is that to apply at Odoo and get a job, you have to speak English. This is why. Yeah. This is the main language, actually.
Yeah, we recruit people who don't speak French. It's okay. You don't need to speak French to work at Odoo, but you need to be good in English to work at Odoo.
Yeah, this is why we do it in English.
Yeah. Question from Ramiro. Is it possible to enter a position and change in another position with time? Yes, a lot of people do that. We do have a lot of people who start in a department and then evolve in another one, or evolve in management, or get another responsibility. It's part of the evolution. So one of the things which is very important for us is to be sure that everyone evolves. And moving to another country, or moving to another department, or getting a new responsibility is a way to evolve fast. So it's important. Hello, Caroline, for the customer success manager position in EMEA. So you can apply online. We are recruiting customer success managers. So I'm looking at the question. What are the biggest lessons and insights you have learned after creating Odoo? If you need something, you have to work hard, and it takes time. So I thought that it would take me a few years to beat SAP, and it's not done already. We still probably need 10 or 20 years to go much bigger than SAP. So it's just that if you want something, you have to work hard for it. Salied would really love to work as a product manager. So we are recruiting actually 2 product managers, but it's one of the most, we are extremely exigent. Can we say that in English? Exigent in French. For the position, because it's probably one of the most important, because they decide what enters in the product, so it's critical. Is there a need for an experienced salesperson with English and Dutch? Yes, especially that we opened our office in Antwerp. Any module for load balancing. You can already load balance Odoo and launch different servers because Odoo is stateless on server side, so you can run different servers and put a proxy that do the load balancing into the front, and it works perfectly. That's what we do for our customer on Odoo, on Odoo.com. Our question: what is the status of Odoo Experience 2020? Because of the crisis, we will do Odoo Experience online this year, and next year in 2021 we will do it as usual. So we are revamping the website and our topics and everything to create a very great experience, but an online one. However, we still plan to organize Odoo Connect, which is Odoo Experience, but in the United States, in November 2020, but in San Francisco. How appraisal cycle works in Odoo. So we do the appraisal between 6 and 18 months. The employee or the manager can decide when they want to do the appraisal. So some employees need an appraisal after 6 months. Some don't need because they are feeling good and they don't want to waste time in a meeting with the manager. So they ask in 18 months. So if one of both, like either the employee or the manager decides, the appraisal is triggered. It could be between 6 months or 18 months, everyone decides. The appraisal is independent from the salary increase. Everyone gets a salary increase automatically at the yearly anniversary. So the only goal of the appraisal at Odoo is not to discuss or to value your salary. The only goal is to be sure that you evolve and you learn and define the action plan so that you can evolve faster and feel good in your job. So and then we have a regular form to be sure that we have a good career path for you and discuss how you want to evolve and what we do set in place so that you can evolve the way you want. But it's usually so it's quite traditional, I would say, compared to other companies. The big difference is that it's separated from the salary increase. Why you choose to make an ERP? I think you should just play back the video a few minutes. I already answered the question. Do you hire junior web developers? Yes, a lot of them. Do you plan to create Odoo's GC instead of using Git? Maybe. Does the number from the user of portal website impact the cost of enterprise? No, Odoo enterprise customer does not have to pay for portal users. So as the lockdown has a huge impact on the learning industry, does Odoo prioritize to work on e-learning module this year? Yes, we did a lot. First. Second, we launched a lot of projects to help companies fighting for the crisis, organizations fighting for the crisis. So we deployed ERP for the fire departments in Italy. We deployed ERP to distribute masks all around the world. So we do pro bono and free projects to help organizations during the crisis. And we also provide our e-learning for free, first because it's open source, but we also offer the free hosting and support and maintenance to education and teachers and everyone, because Odoo is always free for one app, so that we hope we can help companies go and work online during this crisis. Looking at the question, maybe the last one. Okay, question from Gala. Which are the challenges that Odoo will face in the next future? First, the COVID-19 is not a challenge. For us, it slowed down a little bit of growth, but I believe that after the crisis, we'll grow even faster because companies will need even more products like ours first, and they will turn to products that are very cheap, exactly what we are. Inexpensive, I should say. So what are the challenges? We don't have a product challenge. I mean, we already have the best product in the world. We are probably years in advance compared to the rest of the market. We don't have a market challenge. Our market is huge. We do less than 0.1% of the market. So we are still nothing in a very, very big market. So everything has to do, we have like a highway in front of us. We have no challenge of product, no challenge of market, no challenge of business model or product market fit, because it's exploding now for Odoo. So everything is running well. The only challenge we have is execution. It's not easy to go from a 900 people company, that's what we are today, to a 2,000 people company, to a 10,000 people company. And it's more about execution. It's more about all of us, every employee, to keep the mindset we have today, to keep the mindset that did our success and continue moving in the right direction. So we want to keep being very efficient while growing. So it's mostly our ability to execute. That's the biggest challenge. There is no external threat, I would say. Okay, I think I'm good with my questions. I did probably more than 15 minutes, sorry.
No problem. Thank you,
No
Fabien.
problem.
So to conclude, I would say if you want to work with us, you can go on odoo.com/jobs. There is all our position. There are all our positions there, or you can contact Amy and Barbara or HR people, and they can route you to the best position according to your needs.
Yes, thank you, Fabien. So
Thank you.
So yes, we have all of our jobs position on odoo.com/jobs. We will write again the address on the chatter. I don't know if there is any other question about the recruitment process. I think it's clear, but if any one of you still have a question, it's now if you want. But yes, thanks a lot to Fabien. That was really interesting, I think so.
Thanks for everyone for listening.
Yes.
And see you next time. Maybe the next one will be in French. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.